Hi, this is Tracy. Before sharing this great piece of children's literature, I want to speak briefly to online read-alouds or recordings for educational purposes. My recordings are covered through the fair use provision of copyright law because the purpose is to use these videos as part of an extended educational activity in which only students participating in my specific educational system have access. These readings are also intended to compensate for missing access to physical resources during the current health crisis. It's very important as educators to consider both the purpose of teachers and students reading material to each other online and in recordings, and what, if any, is the harm to the core market for the original book or resource. If you like this book, I encourage you to look for a copy through a local independently owned bookstore near you. Now let's enjoy the book together. One Plastic Bag. Isatou, Ceesay, and the Recycling Women of the Gambia. Written by Miranda Paul. Illustrations by Elizabeth Zunon. For Isatou and all who are being the change. MP. For all the crafters of the world. EZ. One Plastic Bag. Isatou, Ceesay, and the Recycling Women of the Gambia. In Jau, Gambia. Isatou walks with her chin frozen. Fat raindrops pelt her bare arms. Her face hides in the shadow of a palm leaf basket, and her neck stings with every step. Warm scents of burning wood and bubbling peanut stew drift past. Her village is close now. She lifts her nose to catch the smell. The basket tips. One fruit tumbles, then 2, then 10. The basket breaks. Isatou kicks the dirt. Something silky dances past her eyes, softening her anger. It moves like a flag, flapping in the wind, and settles under a tamarind tree. Isatou slides the strange fabric through her fingers and discovers it can carry things inside. She gathers her fruits in the bag. The basket is useless now. She drops it, knowing it will crumble and mix back in with the dirt. 4 goats greet Isatou as grandmother Mbambe emerges from her kitchen hut. Hurry in before the rain soaks your beautiful imbuba. Isatou scurries in, and grandmother serves spicy rice and fish. Rain drums on the creaking aluminum roof. I broke your basket, Isatou confesses, but I found this. Plastic, grandmother frowns. There's more in the city. Day after day, Isatou watches neighbors tote their things in bright blue or black plastic bags. Children slurp water and wanjo from tiny holes poked in clear bags. Market trays fill with minties wrapped in rainbows of plastic. The colors are beautiful, she thinks. She swings her bag high. The handle breaks. 1 paper escapes. Then 2. Then 10. Isatou shakes sand off her papers. Another plastic bag floats by, and she tucks her things inside. The torn bag is useless now. She drops it to the dirt, as everyone does. There's nowhere else to put it. Day after day, the bag she dropped is still there. 1 plastic bag becomes 2, then 10, then 100. Plastic isn't beautiful anymore, she thinks. Her feet step down a cleaner path, and the thought floats away. Years pass, and Isatou grows into a woman. She barely notices the ugliness growing around her until the ugliness finds its way to her. Isatou hears a goat crying and hurries toward grandmother's house. Why is it tied up? Where are the other goats? Inside, the butcher is speaking in a low voice. Many goats have been eating these, he says. The bags twist around their insides, and the animals cannot survive. Now 3 of your goats and so many other goats in the village have died. Grandmother Mbabe's powerful shoulders sag. Isatou must be strong and do something. But what? Isatou's feet lead her to the old, ugly road. A pile of garbage stands as wide as grandmother's cooking hut. Mosquitoes swarm near dirty pools of water along the pile. Smoke from burning plastic stings her nose. Her feet back away. Goats scamper past. They forage through the trash for food. Her feet stop. She knows too much to ignore it now. Holding her breath, she plucks 1 plastic bag from the pile, then 2, then 10, then 100. What can we do? Isatou asks her friends. Let's wash them, says Fatim, pulling out Omo soap. Maram grabs a bucket and Incha fetches water from the well. Peggy finds clothespins and they clip the washed bags on the line. As the bags dry, Isatou watches her sister crochet. Can you teach me? Wow, yes. Her sister shows Isatou the stitches, then hands her a metal tool. Isatou's fingers busy themselves. In, out, around. Jerajef, thank you. Isatou finds a broomstick and carves her own tool from its wood. What's that for? Fatim asks. Isatou pauses. She and Peggy have an idea, but will their friends think it's crazy? Will the idea even work? Nervously, she explains the plan. 1 friend agrees to help, then 2, then 5. The women cut bags into strips and roll them into spools of plastic thread. Before long, they teach themselves how to crochet with this thread. Naka ligebe, asks grandmother. How is the work? Indonka, answers Isatou. Slow. Some people in the village laugh at us. Others call us dirty, but I believe what we are doing is good. The women crochet by candlelight, away from those who mock them. Until a morning comes when they will no longer work in secret. Fingers sore and blistered, Isatou hauls the recycled purses to the city. 1 person laughs at her, then 2, then 10. Then 1 woman lays Dalasi coins on the table. She chooses a purse and shows it to 1 friend, then 2, then 10. Soon everyone wants one. Isatou fills her own purse with Dalasi. She zips it shut and rides home to tell grandmother she has made enough to buy a new goat. When she passes by the pile of rubbish, she smiles because it is smaller now. She tells herself, one day it will be gone and my home will be beautiful. And one day it was.